Kill the boy, Podnam, and let the podcaster be born. Should be closing my eyes when I say that. It's a little blind. Kill the boy.
But blind people don't close their eyes. That's not true. They're already blind.
It's not?
No, they can't see anyway, so there's no point.
I guess I was just thinking, just to get in the mindset of old Maester Aemon, see what a blind person's like. I'll have to close my eyes to really get the full scope of how they're experiencing.
We could figure out ways to blind you if that's really what you're going.
You know what? Let's just get into the review. This is Podnam, Podnam, Podrew.
That's me. That's it.
Drewnam, Pod Productions, and we're our series of Game of Thrones Season 5 recap videos. We're on Season 5, Episode 5, Kill the Boy.
Let them die. We got our own to worry about. Less enemies for us.
Few. What?
We're halfway through the season already now.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts at the halfway point? How do you feel it's going? Too quick, too slow?
It's building, man. It's building. It's like this urge that you just have to strangle the boy so much that it might explode.
Kind of like a Homer Simpson style choking part. It's popping the head off.
I was referring to playing with yourself.
Oh, choking the old chicken.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, so you're excited about things. Things are getting tense. Things are
Pretty
heating
excited.
up.
Yeah, I mean, you know when a battle's, it's like every single scene in movies where Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, whatever, where there's two sides, you know there's a battle going down. They basically announce it. It's like previewing a pay-per-view match, like next week on Raw, these two fighters will go at it. And that's basically what they're doing. It's like Boltons
And versus
and the Baratheons.
Versus Stannis, specifically.
Yeah.
Team Stannis. Now, what other battles are going? That's one obviously clear battle. What are the other battles about to be happening to finish the second half of the season? What do you think?
Well, I mean, there's the epic rap battle between Arya and Bran, but that's actually unseen footage. You guys didn't get a chance to see that. It's exclusive.
And I think Bran cheats anyway because he's in that tree now and he's getting all the knowledge, the mind knowledge.
Yeah.
He's getting all the rhymes right into his head. It's not fair.
He's going to be the best lyricist of all time. So, I mean, really when it comes out to, in terms of other battles.
Do you think that, because I know it hasn't been in the season yet, but Bran has been working into things, and people even like Hodor.
They even see previously on Lord of the Rings, they show Bran.
Right.
Yeah.
Previously on Lord of the Rings.
I mean,
he doesn't have that much. No, what I'm trying to say is, we saw more of one person in Hodor, even a simple-minded person.
Right.
Has he been maybe working into like Kanye or some of these rappers to really get their flow?
I think so. I mean, you can't be raising Bran for your whole life. You got to be Sir Bran. You got to be Slick Rick. You know, he's a knight, right? Or Sir Elton John. He raps every now and then too. And what else? You know, it's like Little Wayne. He stayed Little Wayne. He's like the only one that's it. But all the other littles, they went
jumped up like
they
that.
went out level. He's not even little anymore.
He's not a little Bran.
Nah.
Not a little raisin. Well, while we're talking a lot about Bran, he's not apparently supposed to be in this season, so let's get to the episode. Really, there was only 4 main kind of storylines in this one. It was very kind of shrunk down.
Yeah, it was a condensed in terms of character exposure.
We didn't see, obviously, no Bran. We didn't see Arya preparing for her side of the rap battle.
She's getting black and white.
She's getting her training on. I guess we don't need to see all of it. Yeah. We didn't see any of the whole Housewives of King's Landing shit show.
Yeah, we didn't see any penises.
I think we didn't. Well, that's continuing. Did see some nudity. We'll get to that later. We didn't see any of Jaime, Bran, or any of the Dornish fighting Foogers. But what we did see, let's talk about our girl Daenerys over in Meereen. And what happened this time. We got the fallout from last episode. I think what we predicted was right. We said Sir Barristan dead, Grey Worm still kicking. That's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what we predicted was accurate. I was screaming. You weren't obviously we were watching it together.
We didn't watch this one together.
But you heard me. You heard me scream. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I got that shit."
Closed the window because I was like, I'm trying to watch this episode.
Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, that old man was dead. I called that shit." Instead of being sad about it.
And Danny was pissed, and she was like, "Yeah, what a bullshit way for this legend to die. Come on, guys." She's talking to the writers.
Right.
So what was her immediate response to this? Survey?
She's losing support. She's losing. I mean, with the outcry, obviously, the casualties itself sucks. I mean, I guess that's later. Her immediate response was
the first thing she did
to find who did this shit and put them to the test.
Well, she got all the old like masters, former masters.
12, maybe
10, yeah. It seemed like there were more, but whatever.
I think so, right?
Maybe those are the highest of the high, and then his guy's like, "Wait, I'm the leader of my family." Oh, don't say that, you idiot! Just get out of there.
No, I think they already knew that.
I guess. And he's at the top of the pyramid. He can't escape all the way.
It's better than being pinned.
So his one friend got the short end of the stick there, and the dragons finally got to.
What are we gonna name that friend? Because we didn't get a name.
Well, his daughter's Lork is the one guy's name. This guy is like pulled Zopork or something because he got barbecued up by the dragons. Do you have any idea what these dragons' names are?
Yeah, I mean.
By the way, let me reiterate real quick. Anyone new watching, I'm more familiar with the series. Read all the books, even though I'm not getting into spoiler territory. Nam doesn't know.
I don't know how to read in general.
And so I'm trying. I'm negotiating with Shireen Baratheon right now to get her in here and teach Nam. She loves to teach reading, but so far it hasn't worked out yet. We'll get the price down. But anyway, I'm
not even afraid of getting grayscale. That's how much I want to learn how to read, you know?
Oh, that's true. Well, she doesn't seem to be contagious anymore.
Right.
But that might not be the case for everyone. We'll get to it. But do you know there Jenny's 3 dragons? We saw all 3 this episode.
Yeah.
2 enjoyed Mother's Day with her. Mm-hmm. 1 was off on his own. Do you know what these dragons' names are?
Yeah. Simon and Theodore.
That's only 2.
And the 3rd one's out.
Which one's out? Obviously,
the one we saw later.
The one we're going to enjoy to see later.
Yeah. Okay. He's the one who was being yelled at. Alvin!
So Simon and Theodore got fed. Mm-hmm. And do you think Dany is? Remember what they all said about her father? Or not just said, where he really was like they called him the Mad King.
He was mad.
He burned a lot of people and stuff. Mm-hmm. He didn't even have dragons.
He figured out another way to fire.
He figured out there's other ways to get fire. But what I'm setting this up to say is, do you think Dany's potentially becoming the Mad Queen?
No.
She seemed like to enjoy letting that guy.
Not Dany, old boy, Dany, or girl, I guess, in this case, right?
Well, what do we think of what happens later in the episode with her? Well, first of all, we get Missandei and Grey Worm, they get their little romance on. What do you think of Grey Worm's little pickup line here?
Oh, he's straight killing it. Although, one thing I will comment, he kind of pushed out, stared away from her while he was saying
he didn't have the full confidence.
Oh, come on, man.
What was that part of the game? I don't know.
No, I don't think it was. I think he literally, because he doesn't have a dick, he doesn't have the confidence to turn around.
We still don't know. We still don't know for sure if he has no dick. We know he's got no stones. But is the pillar there or not? That's what we don't know.
They didn't zoom in enough, and they couldn't.
I wanted to see Missandei reach her hand down when she was kissing and find out for sure.
She was
being cowardly in that.
She really wants to find out.
So she should have done that. Well, anyway, she talks to Dany, and Dany's like, "All right, I basically got no advisors anymore. I guess I'll ask you and stuff." And she's like, "Just do you, girl. Do what you want to do." And which is kind of the same thing.
Right.
We're getting into Jon and Maester Aemon, like the kill the boy speech. It was kind of like the same parallels here. Like Maester Aemon's like, whatever you want to do, you have to be a man, and people hate you anyway. But you decide.
Stop being a little prick.
And Missandei kind of says similar. Like I've heard your different judgments from people, but sometimes you listen, sometimes you don't. Just do what you want.
Yeah.
So what does she do then?
I mean, in terms of what?
As soon as she talks to her, she goes to the cell with his daughters locked up, and what happens?
He goes to the cell. Wait, no, I'm confused now. Where are we? I know
Daenerys.
You're talking about Daenerys. So Daenerys goes to the cell, brings those people, they get burned.
That was at the beginning of
the what's the guy's name?
His daughters are Lorak.
That's a really Let's call him his.
Okay, his in the house.
His in the house. Daenerys goes down. It's like, well, I gotta fix this. She comes up with a solution maybe as she's walking down there.
Maybe.
A little improv there, and then it says, by the way, you just got punked. You're marrying me. Boom.
You're already on your knees, so I like it.
Yeah. And here's this ring. Put it up there.
And also, before that, she's like, also, I'm gonna reopen them fighting pits up. We're gonna get our sports out.
Man, she's really making him feel good about himself. Huh? She said she was wrong though. Completely.
She admitted to being wrong.
That's hard for her.
So I don't know. Was that smart to admit that, or
no man queen would do that? That's
and
sure.
Also, I caught this line. She's like, "But with the fighting pits, only 3 men. Slavery will not return as long as I live." She said. That's a little ominous. Maybe I want to be saying those sort of things, like getting in people's mind, and you might not live for long.
What? They think that she's a goddess? That she's
no, I'm just saying, like, you don't want to. She's saying she should say slavery will not return.
Yeah, but she's saying that to her future husband, so
I guess. So
it's kind of an intimate moment, you know.
I guess.
Like if I told you a secret right now and whispered it to you. It's not like you would put that out there.
Told me, I don't want to tell your secret, but
yeah, okay. exactly. So
maybe he's not as illiterate as we thought.
What?
Now, is his like had the quickest turnaround of anything? He's in a cell thinking he's gonna get, flambéed by Alvin or the other ones, and all of a sudden he's getting his sports back. In the fighting pits, and he's getting married to Daenerys.
Well, let's rewind to that scene that we didn't talk about, where he's in the house. He was in the basement. He was in the basement of the house with all the other guys.
Yeah,
he said,
"Oh yeah,
loud and proud, loud and proud."
He said,
"Actually, silent."
Yeah. But then later he admits, like, I was just trying to put on a brave face. I don't really want more Gula.
He made a joke while he was on his knees. He was like, "Apparently, I don't want to die for any reason."
I actually really like this guy's acting in this one.
He's really good.
I think he didn't like super stand out to me in any past episodes, but especially in that scene where with Dany's proposal, let's call it, I definitely thought his acting was really good.
Dany's definitely the Jennifer Aniston of Game of Thrones. She's kind of.
She had her own signature haircut.
She has her own signature haircut. She's got the Rachel, and she's been spotted with so many different men. But
did you see this?
You still love her. You still love her. You always love her. You know. So.
Yeah. By the way, what do you think old Dario is going to be thinking about this?
He's going to get his fix in real quick, and I mean he's probably named first commander or some shit. You know.
You don't think he's going to be pissed at all? More than that?
Nah, like he's not a one girl kind of man. You know.
Maybe not in the past, but I think he thought he found his girl this time.
Well, he's not royalty. He's not high.
That's true.
You know?
But she needs his.
He is super.
Dario. Where do you want to go next? Over up to the wall?
Alright, it's kind of high, but yeah, let's go there.
Alright. We didn't go actually on the top of the wall this episode, but
okay, good.
We got Jon, we talked about his talk with Maester Aemon. Also, we found out that Sam talks to Aemon, and apparently Maester Aemon gets messages from who knows where, but he knows what's going on with his grandniece in Marine.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows about Dany, and he's like, Targaryen alone in the world is a terrible thing. But when he says that, Jon comes on screen, and you're like, oh, there's like another, like, what we were talking about last episode, it's another hint that Jon might really be a secret
brother from
Targaryen.
Another mother?
So he would be, I guess, if Dany would be Aemon's great niece, or great uncle, Jon would he be the same to Jon? Because Dany would be his aunt if he was the son of Rhaegar.
I lost you when you
I lost myself.
So, yeah.
Anyway, Jon has a plan that he talked to him about, and then he talks to the whole. Well, first he talks to a whole giant's bane who's chained, but then we get Tormund unchained.
Maybe you're not proud. Maybe you're just a coward. Easy thing to say to a man in chains.
Because
Does he play for the Giants?
no, he's the Giants' bane, so he's probably plays for your Cowboys, you know.
I'm not sure. But he could be O-line for either one, right?
I think so. I mean, he doesn't seem like he would let too many blitzers through with his big mitts, especially when John unchained him. So then what's the plan? What's John's whole plan?
Before John unchained him, John's Bane, himself said, "Oh, it's real easy to joke on me with my hands tied."
Oh, yeah.
Huh? And then Snow.
John calls his bluff. This season is the season of John.
I thought they were going to make out at that point. Like,
they might have. I think it happened a little off screen and we didn't see it. But no, what's his plan with the Wildlings and the Night's Watch and all, and the White Walkers?
The overall thing is, the Night's Watch, the Wildlings, they're not friends. We know this.
Years and years of being enemies, so it's hard to get them on the side with each other. But
you got so many years of hate, Not even the Bloods and Crips could make up for that much hate,
No.
And then you have the third factor. It's like they're the independent party, right?
The White Walkers.
Yeah, they're the White Walkers.
Well, they're the common enemy, I guess.
And they will kill every single thing in their way to basically, I guess, live again.
Or we still don't know what they're going to do. They're only in a couple episodes per season. I'm assuming we're going to see them later this season. I'm not positive, but do you understand what John's plan is here? Also, we got King Stannis to lend him his ships, which, alright, Stannis loves John, so I guess these days, so he did it.
Yeah.
But do you understand what the plan is?
Yeah.
The torments of the Wildlings all depart into this place called Hardhome, which is beyond the wall, apparently by the sea. So they're going to take the ships and go up there around the wall and try to get them to come with them. Yeah, he says, you got to come with me or else they'll think it's a trap. And it doesn't go well for John at the meeting when he announces this. Meanwhile, Stannis is in the background correcting grammar, which I thought was pretty hilarious. Did you catch that?
Yeah, he was basically being like a teacher for a little bit.
Like, I see what Shireen gets her English tendencies, but that was a funny moment. And Dad was just like, oh,
whatever.
And then John's little guy, Holly, what did he have to say to John?
Well, I mean, Holly's mad at John for even speaking the notion that these wildlings will be associated to the only cost he has in his life right now. He's a young, I would say almost infant, like he's a little boy, right? He's just a little child.
He's like 12 or something.
I mean, he's, in that retrospect, he's probably a senior citizen because they die about age 20. So
another like 12, 13-year-old King Tom, and he's already getting boned these days. So he got to grow up fast.
And the girl with the great scale, Baratheon's daughter, she was like 12, 13 too.
Probably around the same age.
He should have hooked up with that. That was his only chance right there.
Really? Well, he's too concerned. Oh, Wildlings killed my whole family.
Yeah, well, he says that to our boy Johnny Snow, who knows some things apparently now.
I think that's just propaganda against my man Snow. Like that people all try and tell him he knows nothing. It's just like hear something so much you start to believe it, but it's not true. I wish I could think of an example.
Jon Snow should start listening to Informer by Snow, so then he can inform people more.
Yeah, just really change the narrative. Come on.
Start talking like him like that. So he gets mad at his...
Old Tormund, boom, boom, down. We're beginning chains. Oh, come on, the ships meet a hard home.
Remix. But he's getting mad at him and his father figure, which is Jon Snow right now, right?
I guess, yeah.
And he's like...
Being rebellious, preteen.
Yeah, he's like, come on, Dad. What the hell? I don't like this. Why do you have to be so mean?
Oh yeah, well anyway, I think it's trouble for John. Like, I feel like this kid's gonna backstab him or something. But
he already killed a woman in his life, world, so why did Jon Snow mess with that? Remember the time you killed my woman? Remember that?
Well, technically he thought he was saving John as well, because remember the whole nod and she had the arrow pointed at him, so I don't know. So Sam, we get another scene with him.
You're gonna behead that little boy. You should. I just want to say that.
Should have killed that boy.
Yeah.
No, I want to talk about this quick scene with Stannis and Sam.
Okay.
Where they talk about Stannis finally remembered, like, oh, there is the White Walkers are serious, and someone supposedly killed one of Samwell. How'd you do it?
How'd you do it, Tarly?
And also he mentions Sam's father apparently was the only one to defeat King Robert in battle. So when they were taking over the throne, so the Tarleys obviously were on the other side of the war. They're on the Mad King's side.
Mm-hmm.
But But his dad was a great military commander.
I mean, respect is given where respect's due, right? So, and even though people die all the time in this environment, and wars happen all the time, battles happen all the time, but at the end of the day, the stories that are told of those battles live on, right? So, talking about Charlie, that we didn't even know he came from this kind of
we kind of knew some background on his father. Like his dad was like a huge dick, made him go to the wall because he wanted to give his younger brother the pass the generation on to his younger brother.
Really fucked up.
Because Sam was so incompetent at being a warrior or anything, he liked books. So, but then Stannis tells him, "Oh, we'll keep reading because we need to learn more about this."
Because you were smart. Hooked on phonics worked for Sam.
We have to know how to fight them. Keep reading. Someone will tell me.
But also Stannis said like, "Oh, the thing that killed the White Walkers, the Dragonstone. I mean, the Dragon Glass. My house is on Dragonstone. We got none of that shit down there. Let's go grab some." Well, he doesn't say we'll grab some, but he makes note of it.
Yeah.
But then he rides on out to battle of the Baldwins, and he's taking the wife and daughter with him. Do you think this is a smart maneuver?
Well, I mean, Barrister, whatever, Lord Barrister, Stannis' right-hand man. Oh,
Davos. The Onion Knight.
The Onion. Yeah.
Sir Onion.
Sir Onion. Sir Onion himself makes that point, right?
He didn't think it was a good idea, but
he wasn't a fan of it. But he said that, man, these people and on the Night's Watch, yeah, I love my boy Jon Snow. He's about to be leaving now, and all these rapists are here. So.
I guess let's mention that then. So Jon's supposed to be leaving Tormund. Do you think it's going to fall apart when he leaves at the Night's Watch? Are they going to try to just make someone else Lord Commander and say screw this guy? Or what do you think?
It's going to be similar to a little bit of internal struggle, and they'll be with less.
Because who's supposed to keep control of things? Sam? I mean,
he hasn't appointed someone yet, right?
No, he hasn't. But
it's going to be Maester.
That's his right-hand man. Right?
Maester's got it.
All right, but he's 100-year-old. Man. Let's talk Boltons then, since Stannis is going to fight them. Or the whole Winterfell storyline. Well, first of all, Team Brienne-Podrew they're at the what do you call it? The Winterfell Motel. I don't know. They're peering over and
the Caesars of the Winterfell. Yeah.
Yeah, they're at the Holiday Inn or whatever.
Yeah, checking in.
And I liked Brienne is trying to be a little more subtle now instead of just keep barging in all the time on the Stark girls.
Didn't work that.
She's trying to backdoor it a little bit now, try to get some people on her side.
Yeah.
She's trying to play to the whole Starks were here for generations and they're trying to get wiped out.
Yeah.
Bones come
She's
in.
still yelling at peasants, though. I don't think that's really a good way. It's like, hey, I need your help. Do a little role play. I initiate the scene. I'm Brienne, and you're the peasant, right?
I'm a peasant.
Peasant Podrew.
Sweet. Can I get you some water, miss?
No, I'm here for, I need you, for assistance. I need you to do something for me.
Okay, but it's not water getting related. What, do you need me to turn down the cover? What do you mean?
I said I need you to do something for me. Why don't you just get out of here and send a message to the people I need to freaking get that message to, and don't ask me any more questions.
Messages.
I think you're supposed to read my mind, alright? Just do it.
Alright, you're a huge woman and I'm afraid, with a sword, I'm afraid you'll kill me, so I'll go, I'll just leave you. No, but so does she get the message off? It seems like she does, because the old lady that we previously saw.
Creepy old lady a little bit.
To Sansa's room. Kind of creepy, but creepy for Sansa's cause, I guess.
Creepy.
She's like, you have friends here, the North is remembering, pop up there in that tower and light a candle if you're in trouble. Which I was kind of like, what if she's in trouble and she doesn't have time to go climb up that tower? Which, by the way, did you notice what that tower was?
That's where Raisin Brand went air up there.
That's where they flipped him out of the bowl. Jaime did that.
Raisin Brand, like we mentioned in our previous video cast here, Raisin Brand loves climbing those towers all the time.
Oh, he used to.
Yeah. That's why he's so worried about his legs.
Old incest tower.
He wants to be peeping Tom all the time.
Yeah, he misses it. Well, he's in good peeping Tom status now, but he's gonna be able to do. But anyway, well, like I was saying, is this what if she's in trouble and she can't go light the candle up there? Like, I'm just kind of thinking there's got to be something better, but maybe not. Maybe that's what they're going with.
Well, she wants it. She basically is sounding a bad light. That's what she's trying to do, right?
The Brie signal.
The Brie signal. It's going to be cheese. It's going to be a picture of cheese, and it's going to be Brie cheese. and then they'll know that she's in distress. But the problem is, she doesn't have those climbing spells that Raisin Bran has, so she has to actually go inside and go up the stairs, you know. So.
Well, I guess you can do that. Now she took another little trip to meet an old friend. Let's set it up. Ramsay is his girlfriend. They have a little sexy time.
They have a sexy time.
And she's not all too pleased with Ramsay's new betrothal because she wanted to marry him herself. Being, I guess, the crazy psycho she is, game recognized game. She wants to pair them up. But no, he's too important now. He's become a lord, so he can't marry a kennel man's daughter.
No, can't.
So she's like, I guess that makes sense when in the last season we saw her with Ramsay chasing another girl with dogs, because that's like her job, I guess, taking care of the dogs.
Well, it's not really taking care of dogs, job, but like it's the fact that they do stuff together. They're a couple. You know, they kill together, they hunt together, they fuck. I guess they fuck together.
And Ramsay's like, oh, you'll still be in my side piece, but that's all you'll be. And she doesn't seem content for that life.
The main dish is not nothing without something on the side. It's just not, you know? Like Fabulous said.
Yeah, well, she confronts Sansa, and she's being creepy with her, and she tells her to go down this dog's corridor and see what's on the end. It's a special surprise. Now, do you think Sansa was smart for even going along with this and walking down there?
Well, Sansa's really curious. I mean,
especially when she turns around and the girl's gone.
Yeah, I mean, she's just like trying to feel out what the hell's going on in Winterfell. This is her home, right? This is.
Yeah. Well, did you know what was going to be down there? I predicted what it would be a person.
I thought it was going to be a big turd, just like a giant turd left there by the girl. So I was wrong. I was completely wrong.
That would be a prank, I guess, a bit juvenile, but
well,
it was kind of a big turd there, but just in a human form.
Yeah.
Well, and I think he smelled like that.
My feelings kind of changed a little bit for
Reek.
Or formerly known as what is his name?
Theon.
He's a Blackjoy.
He's a no joy.
No joy.
No joy in this guy's life anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So then they have dinner, and this dinner scene I found pretty entertaining. What did you think? Who are all the players at the dinner scene?
That was the most awkward dinner I've seen in a while.
Who's that? Who's invited?
You got the engaged couple.
Sam Ram, figure out the name, but we'll get it.
Well, let's call the couple Sam Ram. Yeah.
Sam Ram.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you got the Big Mama's house, and you got
Big Fray Mama,
and Sir Bolton himself, Lord Bolton, right?
And then there was a surprise guest to pour some wine. And that was our boy Reek.
Yeah, Reek played the part of Sam Jackson and Django Unchained. Really, he was just serving them up.
He already had Tormund Unchained. Yeah, except I guess I'll say in Django Unchained, Sam Jackson he's like kind of the leader of the.
Well, he was a leader at one point.
And he's like kind of almost friends in a weird way with the DiCaprio character.
Yeah, but the friendship
is not exactly the same scenario.
The friendship does grow.
I guess Ramsay forgave him earlier in the episode, so that's
he just took his hand. Like that. Yeah.
It's a tender moment.
Drooled.
Now, what did you think of, I guess, Sansa's reaction to all this? Or the dinner in general? Like, Ramsay tried to make it toast even before he brought Reek out, but she didn't drink the wine. What was her whole thing here?
I think with her, she's going to be cautious. I mean, she has to be cautious.
Was she being cautious enough? Because she pointedly did not join in the toast. And she said something to Fat Mama. Like, Fat Mama was like, oh, it must be strange for you to be in this strange place. And she's like,
no, the
place isn't strange.
People are strange.
Was it so smart to even be saying these sort of things?
No, I mean, she has no filter. She's always had no filter. She speaks.
Well, no, that's definitely not true. Back with Joffrey, she tried to be.
Well, I mean, for stuff that she wants, right? But now she's like, to the point where she's just being passed off like some used goods right now. But she's a heiress to the star, you know?
And so Ramsay makes Reek apologize, even though technically we all know he didn't really kill her brothers, but he killed two peasants.
Bad move. Bad move by Bolton.
It seemed like Reek wanted to be Theon for a second and say he didn't do it, but of course he still brainwashed.
Yeah.
Now, old Papa Roose, he didn't really seem too pleased with his son's shenanigans here. What does he do to kind of turn the tables on my dad there?
He said, "Yo, I got another boy coming through. He's about to drop in about 9 months. You better get your shit ready, otherwise."
Yeah, which I feel like Roose was taking some license with saying, it's proud the Maester said, it's a boy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they really know, but he probably wants to say that to
get him riled up.
Yeah. And you see, I love the look on Sansa's face. She gave him a little smirk at Ramsay when Ramsay reacted to that, like,
both Boltons are dicks, but they're dicks in different ways, right? One's more of a violent dick that will...
He's more off the handle.
Yeah.
And his father is a lot more cold and calculated.
Yeah, he basically will just show up at a wedding, just wear some armor, and be like, yeah, whatever, I'm just chilling here. How's it going? How are you doing?
But, alright, so we got a... So remember last week there was a scene between Stannis and his daughter about their backstory. It was very heartwarming and touching.
Mm-hmm.
Then they followed up this week with Bolton and Ramsay with a very similar heartwarming tale.
I didn't really care for the end of their dialogue as father-son.
No,
it wasn't a Full House moment for me.
Why don't you recount the tale of young noble Ramsay being born into the world? What was the backstory here?
He had Lord Bolton had killed a man, and then there's a woman that he was fighting with, swimming with, right?
I think it was raping her. Yeah, so...
You've never asked me about your mother.
Why would I? She had me, she died. Here we are.
She was a peasant girl. Pretty in a common sort of way. She was the miller's wife.
These two, the miller, and got married to a woman on his lands, without his permission.
Not cool.
So he's like, you're hanged, and then...
You're hung.
I'm sorry, I don't want Stannis to come in and correct me, so...
You have a large
You're
penis.
hanged, he's hanged. The penis, whether or not, it could be hanging down on Roose when he's doing the...
Probably hung by the penis, too.
But, maybe, and then, he raped the woman.
Yeah.
And that begat Ramsay. She came a year later, and he's like, well, I should whip you and throw this baby in the river.
He did.
Well, let me look. No, he didn't. He looked.
He tossed it, and then he saw it.
You think he threw the baby in the river and somehow...
He's
throwing it, and he's like, oh, it looks like me. What? Oh, shit. He's like, yoink. It's like, so you are my son. Now come help me kill Stannis.
Yeah.
So I basically think Roose is just kind of saying what he wants to hear.
He's manipulating the shit out of his bastard son. So.
But then I think he really would prefer to have a true-born son, Frey, that he could make a lord later on. But he needs Ramsay right now to help him out.
He could easily have that. I mean, if he just rewinds back to his relationship with Stark, he could have hooked something up and not get some large woman. He got some highborn or something else. But he's really going about this the wrong way to develop.
Roose.
Yeah.
Well, she is a highborn.
She is?
She's Walder Frey's daughter.
Well, I mean, so...
Do you remember the story of why he married her?
I forgot.
So, he told it to, I think to Catelyn at the Red Wedding before the whole thing went down. They wanted an alliance between Baldwin and Frey. Obviously, there must have been some more background dealing because they knew they were going to do the Red Wedding. So, Walder Frey was like, you can marry any of my daughters you'd like. I'll give you their weight in silver as a dowry. So Roose was like, alright, give me the fattest one. I'll get the most money. And then Walter's like, oh, okay. that's why I chose there.
Okay.
So that's an interesting backstory as well. Roose is a pretty interesting guy, even though he's clearly evil.
It's like, he's evil to some. I say he has...
You don't think he's evil?
Well, I think definitely...
He told his son a story about how he raped his mom.
I mean,
I think he did it like, oh, it was just like a normal story.
It was a bedtime story for him. It was nighttime. He was just kind of reciting his
we didn't hear what happened to Ramsay's mom either, to be fair.
She should still be out there.
I don't know. Maybe we've already... Well, do you think it's that old woman and talking to Sansa? She'd probably be too old. But no one remembers.
I don't think so.
Probably not. So, alright, so I guess that kind of wraps up that storyline for the week. So Stannis versus Bolton, who do you think is going to win here?
Oh man, I I want to think it's going to be Stannis, but that'd be too easy. I think something's going to go down.
Yeah, there's got to be something.
Something's going to flip, and maybe somehow the Lannisters get involved.
I don't think that's going to happen, because they're pretty much out of the picture up north. But we don't even need the Lannisters to get involved, frankly, because there's already so many parts and pieces. I mean, we've got all the wild cards.
Like White Walkers show
Brienne and
Podrew.
White Walkers could. I mean, I don't know how they're going to get around the wall. It seems like the White Walkers show up, it's probably going to be a Jon and Tormund storyline when they go up there.
Yeah.
But, well, Stannis clearly seems to have a numbers advantage in terms of soldiers. But Bolton has the castle advantage, like being inside.
Yeah. Even
though it's kind of burned down a little bit, they're rebuilding it, but they're still in the castle, so that's clearly an advantage. But it still seems like, other than that, he's mostly at a disadvantage. He's trying to marry Sansa and the family to try to hopefully get some more Northerners on his side, but he's going to have to do that pretty quick.
Yeah, do a lot of buying of lobbyists.
If that's even going to work anyway, it doesn't seem that likely, especially with Crazy Ramsay going around. So, I don't know, plus Stannis has the Red Woman. I feel like she's got to have some tricks up her sleeve.
Basically, one of these people will be dead from that dinner table, that's for sure.
Could be old fat mom. It's like, I don't want this kid anymore.
It could be that, it could be them, it could be Reek, it could also be the side chick.
You gotta figure, she's another wild card, obviously. I feel like she's probably doomed, but who knows if she does something crazy. I don't know, maybe she tries to attack Sansa and Reek redeems himself. Because Sansa's kind of like his sister a little bit. They grew up together.
Yeah.
Foster.
Did she have a sword or some kind of knife when she was walking, or was that a key?
Sansa?
Yeah, when she saw it.
I didn't notice that.
I don't know.
I don't know where she'd get that from, but maybe something happens like that, and she, again, none of this is from the book, so I can speculate. Maybe she tries to attack her or do something, and then Reek redeems himself by coming in and killing her or something like that. Or they do that with Ramsay, I don't know. Well, I'm interested to see. So only one more main storyline to touch on. That's our bromance between Tyrion and Ser Jorah of the Friend Zone. Maybe he's now Ser Jorah of the Friend Stone? Yeah, I said Ser Jorah of the Friend Stone. Okay.
Yeah.
So my joke fell flat, but what they got into a crazy adventure this week. They sailed through the ruins of Old Valyria. Now, did you understand what this place was?
This is a place where they send the grayscale motherfuckers.
They do. It's
a dead place.
Kind of like a leper colony. But even besides the stone men being there, do you understand what historically what this place was?
It used to be a really awesome place. Now it's not so much.
Yeah. So the Targaryens are originally from there, and all the people that used to ride dragons are from there. And it was like a very advanced society, a society way more advanced than we're currently seeing in Westeros.
Oh wow.
Essos and all that.
Yeah,
Tyrion says something about that, how many centuries will it take to get back there. But something happened called the Doom of Valyria, where it seemed like maybe some kind of huge volcanic eruption or something happened, now it's destroyed, and people are scared to go in there. That's why Jorah said he wanted to go through there, because pirates and everyone are scared to go through it. Maybe he should have been more scared to go through because look what happened, but who does want to hang out there? Maybe because it's where dragons used to be before a lot of them got destroyed there.
Right.
Our boy Alvin
flying away.
He's hanging out.
He's like
Tyrion now is quite excited to see this.
He's like a bird. He just wants to fly away. You know.
He does know where his home is.
Yeah.
Because it's where his ancestors are from, apparently.
It's like turtle going to the sea, right? With big hands, just like.
Yeah,
it took him a little while to get to the sea, but
and it was Mother's Day. He didn't even fly back to say what's up with his mom. That was fucked up.
I mean, the other kids got to,
and they got rewarded for being hanging. I mean, they were chained up, so I guess they can't avoid her. But hey, yeah, Camille. Well, anyway, they get attacked by the Stonemen.
Little like putties from Power Rangers.
Okay. Yeah, they're a little more jagged edge, but
yeah.
They didn't die quite as easily as those Power Rangers.
Well, they don't just explode after hitting the center.
But Tyrion gets dragged down in the water. It fades to black for about 10 seconds. I don't know, it was really long fade to black.
Yeah.
Did you think the episode was over at this point?
Once I thought my TV was frozen for a second.
Oh.
That's honestly what I thought. So I hit pause. I was like, oh no, it's still working. Hit play again. Yeah. So
That was long and black, and then we wake up on the beach. Now, how do you think Jordan got him and Tyrion all the way over to this beach? Where's the boat?
Who knows?
They abandoned it. How
did he do it? He carried him. He said that here.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, it seemed like he was looking at it, Valyria from across the water. It seemed like that would be a far swim to bring him over unconscious after he's fighting these men. I don't know. But, well, I guess we'll never know. But they're like, so you got it? Nah. Did you get touched? Nah. One of them's lying, you know. I don't know how Tyrion would even know if he got touched. He just woke up unconscious. It's not like he was stripping his clothes off.
He could have been violated several times by those stone men.
But Jorah, it's on the arm, and what do you think this means? Well, they said they're going to walk to Marina or whatever, but
was it mean? I don't know.
How did they get there? Is he going to infect everyone there and damage people with the grayscale, or is Tyrion going to get in now, or what do you think's going to happen? Predict.
I mean, so I don't know enough about the grayscale disease other than the fact that they go crazy and they turn into putties and
unless you get the magic cure that Stannis was able to get.
Right, magic cure. So he's not highborn enough to get a magic cure right now, and he's not in a good spot really with the queen. So what is he going to do? I think he'll just play an angle, almost like a Walking Dead angle. You know, at the most opportune time when everything may be just going right for him. It's like, damn it, I forgot about this thing again, and he turns into some great face. Yeah, exactly. And it starts.
It would be Jorah's. Jorah's got pretty bad luck. Some of it's deserved because of his actions, but he has some bad luck as well.
Mm-hmm.
What if he just gets back to Dany? She's like, I forgive you. You know what? Forget this guy I'm gonna marry. Forget Daria and Naharis. I want you in my bed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yes, and he turns his
He can't move.
That would be some irony there. Yeah, probably won't happen, but it would be funny.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do you have a final, anything else you want to say about Kill the Boy?
Well, I mean, Kill the Boy was definitely a more in-depth look of a lot of the characters. I think the biggest thing that I'm still wondering is what's up with that black and white house. Yeah.
What do you think? Did you see the preview for next week's episode?
No, that's not allowed. Well, actually, no, I don't know. I didn't see it.
It's not allowed.
On HBO Go, I didn't see it.
Okay, well, I'll just give you a spoiler alert. Sneak preview. Arya was shown in the preview, so I think we're going to check in with her next week.
Was she black or white?
I'm not going to spoil it that much.
Right. Was she gray?
She's not a putty. But anyway, next week's episode is called Unbowed, Unbent, Unbroken. We'll be back to recap that one.
Yeah, we will.
Peace out, internets. Podrew, Podnam, and Podrew.